The 2026 gaming landscape just broke in half. On one side, a 3.5-pound machine packs an RTX 5090 and makes you question why desktops still exist. On the other, a $1,500 Value King ships with software so hostile it feels like sabotage. 5 laptops. One has a display so dim it belongs in 2019. Another has RAM soldered shut, locking you into obsolescence. This is the fresh reality of where PC gaming is headed right now, and at least 2 of these machines are absolutely not what they pretend to be. Starting at number 5, the MSI Katana 15HX is the budget gatekeeper, and I mean that literally. It is the wall you hit when you have $1,000 and refuse to go used. MSI squeezed an RTX 5050 and an Intel Core i7-HX under the hood, gave you slotted RAM and SSD bays for upgrades, and even threw in 4-zone RGB, which is more generous than I expected at this price. But here's the future of gaming reality check. The display is a 257-nit dim panel covering just 69% of sRGB. In 2026, that is a screen from another era. Shadows die in murky gray. Colors look like they gave up. You will squint near any window. This machine exists because not everyone can spend more, and MSI knows it. It's the bare minimum entry point into modern PC gaming. Not a recommendation, just a fact. Broke gamers deserve to play too, but this is what broke gaming looks like, and the future should demand better for everyone. At number 4, the Acer Predator Triton 14 AI represents a completely different vision of where laptops are going, and I am torn on whether it is brilliant or misguided. Acer built a 3.5-pound chassis with a 14.5-inch OLED touchscreen that covers 191% of sRGB, supports a stylus, and ships with studio drivers. It is stunning to look at, stunning to draw on, and completely wrong for pure gamers. The low-power Intel Core Ultra 9 288V bottlenecks that RTX 4070 in almost every demanding title I tested. The GPU is waiting on the CPU, frame time stutter, and you are left staring at a gorgeous screen showing compromised performance. This is the future of creator-first, gamer-second machines. Acer is betting that the overlap between digital artists and casual gamers is bigger than the hardcore crowd, and they might be right. But if you are buying this to primarily game, you are paying premium money for hardware you cannot fully use. The Triton 14 AI shapes 2026 by proving that thin, beautiful, and powerful can coexist, but not without trade-offs that sting. Number 3. The Gigabyte Aorus 16X is the mid-range value king at around $1,599, and it is the laptop that should make flagships nervous. Intel Core i7-14650HX, RTX 4070, 32 gigabytes of RAM out of the box, a 2560 by 1600 165 Hz display that punches way above its price, Thunderbolt 4, Wi-Fi 7, IR webcam, dual SSD slots. On paper, this is the sensible future of gaming for normal people. But Gigabyte Control Center is so unintuitive that it feels like sabotage. Fan curves ignore your settings, performance modes hide behind archaic menus, and I lost 20 minutes of my life to a mislabeled power toggle. The hardware is excellent. The software is hostile. The Aorus 16X shapes 2026 by showing that raw value still matters, but also that user experience is the new battlefield. If you are willing to wrestle your laptop into submission, this is unbeatable for the money. If you just want a game, Gigabyte is asking too much patience, and that keeps it from climbing higher. At number 2, the Asus ROG G16 is the thin and light future that actually delivers. Asus split their chassis strategy, giving vapor chamber cooling to the 5070 Ti and above, while lower specs make do with standard height pipes. I tested the Intel Core Ultra plus RTX 5090 config, and the fact that this fits under 4.1 pounds is still absurd to me. The 16-inch OLED 240Hz display is instant and gorgeous. The 6-speaker setup is the best I have heard in any gaming laptop. The 90-watt-hour battery lasts a full workday if you're not pushing it. Asus figured out the balance that everyone else is still chasing. But the future comes with handcuffs. The RAM is soldered. What you buy is what you die with, and in 2026, that is a scary commitment as games demand more memory every year. The Zephyrus G16 shapes the future by proving that portability and power are no longer mutually exclusive, but it also warns us that the price of thin might be permanence. For most buyers, it is worth it. For power users planning a half-decade relationship, that soldered memory is a ghost that will haunt you. And number 1, the Razer Blade 18 is the future that refuses to apologize for being excessive. Intel Core Ultra 9 275HX RTX 5090 laptop GPU and a dual-mode display that switches between 4K at 240Hz for cinematic single-player experiences and 1080p at 440Hz for competitive dominance. I've never seen a panel this versatile, this forward-thinking. Thunderbolt 5, exemplary CNC aluminum build quality that makes other desktop replacements feel like plastic toys, and performance that outpaced even the pricier MSI Titan 18HX AI in my benchmarks. At 7.06 pounds, this is not portable. The fan noise under load is real, and the PCIe 5.0 SSD support that does not actually ship with PCIe 5.0 drives feels like a cheap corner cut at $5,199. But none of that changes what this machine represents. The Blade 18 shapes 2026 by declaring that laptop gaming no longer needs to compromise. It is a desktop replacement that actually replaces desktops. It is the definitive best because it dares to ask why you would ever need anything else. And for the right buyer with the right budget, the answer is that you would not. That is the landscape. From the harsh budget reality of the Katana to the uncompromising dominance of the Blade 18, these 5 laptops are not just products, they are statements about where PC gaming is headed. And the only question left is which future you are buying into.